So tonight on Garage Time, we are starting the fun stuff. So everything is clean, ready to go. We've taken our little die grinder with a flat disc on it. We've cleaned all the edges where we're going to be welding. So clean here, drip rail's clean, here's clean, everything's clean. So we're ready to start putting it together. So first step is the header bow. So we're going to slide this into place. As we're putting it in, we're going to be using, you can see we have a ton of clamps on the roof, more clamps at the back. We've got our clecos. So we're going to be locking it all in together before we weld anything. So we're going to start assembling it now. All right, so here is the moment. We're adding our first two windows. Okay. So we are in. Now using flat piece of metal. Look how good that edge is going to be. I don't know if Sean can zoom in there, but like that's fantastic, right? So once we go along, weld that in. It's going to be great. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use some clecos maybe to hold this in here. I don't want it twisting or moving as I go along, but we'll see how it goes once I start adding more. If I notice this is twisting or pushing in, I might drill a few little holes here, add some clecos to hold that in place. So again, I'm just emphasizing, you can see cleaned all the areas where we're going to be welding. So cleaned inside, cleaned underneath, cleaned the edge. So everything is clean. And probably should have gloves on for this sheet metal. So I'm going to clamp. So I know you guys are hearing me say the word cleco a lot. If you don't know what a cleco is, this is a cleco. Tiny little tool. Tiny little tool. It helps you. It is a tiny little tool. I don't know why I acted funny when I said that. Tiny little tool. So when you squeeze, you see it extends out. So you push that through the hole. You put it right through, and then it holds, if you get it in properly, all the way through. It gives you a nice tight hold, holding your two pieces together. Now it appears we're on a bit of an angle. Get another one. And do the front. All right, so we're moving along now to the third window. So the first one is obviously the last one we add. So second, third. Look at that. As it stands, we already have a 15 window deluxe. It's getting better. That was some bus humor. 15 windows have the rear corner windows. It's trying to be funny. Not very funny. Okay, so there's Cleco. The back side, and you can see the flanges, so the metal overlaps the other rear window. And I have found it's easier in my dry fit, it's easier sliding the windows in. Clamp. So that cleco is lined up. That one is way off. This one. All right, so we haven't made all of the cuts yet. The final cut on the rear hasn't been made, and to make that cut, we actually had to we'll get both sides assembled to this. We lay it over top, and then we have to scribe where it is, and that also has a flange that tucks under. So don't cut at your scribe mark. Obviously, you're gonna have to measure back and cut from there, but we'll get into that in a sec. So I'm gonna put these pieces on the other side, and I will be adding several more clecos before we get to the welding stage. Like you can see here, I have some movement, so I'll get that nice and tight. Again, I'll check my joint, right? So I'll put a cleco, I'll make sure again, I don't know how well Sean can see that, but if you cleco that in, it's just a beautiful joint, right? Like you're just gonna weld along here, clean off your weld, and it will be nice. So far, so good. Okay, so after some time and effort, you can see we've got the outer windows, front assembly or front bow and rear bow installed with clecos and clamps. Now the rear panel is just installed over. We don't have our final cut back here yet. So we've clamped it over, and I'm gonna trace the line. So we're gonna mark that, and this won't obviously be our final cut line, but we're gonna go back 1/2 inch, do our cut so that this tucks underneath, and again you see the rib in the metal there, so it will tuck underneath nicely. We'll get it nice and flat and have a clean weld line. So go ahead and mark that line across the whole thing now, and then mark our cut line. Using the header bow as a straight edge, you can see our 1/2 inch line is not very much. We are not removing very much from material. So our rough cut line was at 72, and some spots were taken off about 1/8. Some spots it looks more like 1/4, but yeah, just trimming that ever so slightly so that our rear roof piece will fit in nicely. All right, so we did the final cut at the back. We've put the back piece in. We've got the outer windows all installed. We've started with the first inside window, but as you can see, we are well on our way. So that does it for the assembly of the roof. Come back next time. We'll start welding. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you out there.